Hello everyone, today we'll be studying about the trajectory of the forces. So we'll be studying the trajectory forces under the trajectories of the maxilla, trajectories of the mandible. So first of all, let's talk about the trajectories of the maxilla. The trajectory of the maxilla can be broadly classified as the vertical and the horizontal trajectories. The vertical trajectory includes the FMP, that is the frontonasal buttress, the malar zygomatic buttress and the pterygoid buttress. So let's talk about first about the F, that is frontonasal buttress. So the frontonasal buttress, the trajectory originates from the incisors, canines and the first maxillary premolars, and that runs cranially along the side of the piriform aperture, the crest of the nasal bone, and terminates in the frontal bone. Then we have the malar zygomatic buttress. The trajectory transmits the stress from the buccal group of the teeth in the three pathways. First is through the zygomatic arc to the base of the skull, the upward to the frontal bone through the lateral wall of the orbit, upward to the frontal bone to the lateral wall of the orbit. Then next is along the lower orbital margin to join the upper part of the frontonasal buttress, along the lower orbital margin to join the upper part of the frontonasal buttress, Now third is the pterygoid buttress. This trajectory transmits the stress from the second and the third molars to the base of the skull. Now next we studied about the vertical. We'll study about the horizontal maxillary trajectories. The horizontal trajectories of the maxilla includes the hard palate, then orbital ridges, zygomatic arches, palatal bones, lesser wing of the sphenoid. Now let's talk about the trajectories of the mandible. The line of the stress extends from one condyle to the other, which is joined by a number of the vertical trajectories radiating down below the root of the mandibular teeth. The contents of the mandibular canal are protected by dense trajectories exhibiting the unloaded nerve concept. The lower border of the mandible and the mylohyoid ridges are the other prominent buttresses of the mandible. Similarly, the trajectory of the minor nature are also present in the symphysis, gonial angle, and some radiating down from the coronoid process, which means that the minor nature given by the symphysis, gonial angle, in the coronoid process, and some of the major is given by the lower border of the mandible and the mylohyoid ridges. Okay.